This is the last lecture of unit 4 and second lecture of centrifugation. In this lecture, we will study about centrifugation equipments. So, the first equipment that we are going to discuss in this lecture is non-perforated basket centrifuge. In previous lectures, we have already discussed about perforated basket centrifuge. So, this is non-perforated basket centrifuge. The principle of working of this non-perforated basket centrifuge is, this is a sedimentation centrifuge. Okay. In this case, the separation is based on difference in density of solid and liquid phase. So, here the separation of equipments takes place by on the basis of density. It means heavier particles separate to another side and lighter particles get separated and deposited on other side without a porous barrier. So, as you see in the diagram, these are the two different portions where the both the particles are separated out. This is the direction of rotation of this apparatus which is attached to a motor and shaft. From the top of the apparatus, feed is introduced into it. So, the bowl which is used for separation process, it contains a non-perforated side wall, that means non-perforated side wall. As in previous case, we are using perforated side walls, and beneath this that perforated side walls, filter cloth was used or screen was used. Here no perforation is there on the side walls. So, what happens during centrifugation, solid phase is retained on the sides of the basket, while liquid remains at the top of the and this liquid can be removed by with the use of this skimming tube. So, on this skimming tube, with the help of this skimming tube, liquid which is present on the top of the are removed. So, see the solid particles are at the bottom of the disc and the liquid particles are on the top of the disc. From the top, these liquids are collected with the help of skimming tube. Construction of this basket centrifuge, in this case it is made up of steel. The basket which are used, it is made up of steel. Second part is, it is suspended on vertical shaft. So, this is the shaft on which the basket is attached, and below this shaft one motor is attached. So, with the help of this motor, this shaft is moving. Now, working of this non-perforated basket centrifuge, in this case the suspension is fed from the top. This is the point for entry of suspension or slurry into this perforated into this non-perforated basket centrifuge. So, from this top position, the suspension or slurries can be introduced into the centrifuge continuously. So, we can say that it is this centrifuge can be used as a continuous type of continuous centrifuge. Okay. So, during centrifugation, what happens, the solid phase, the solid particles are retained on the sides of the basket. That means, below this or here you see the dark particles. So, this represents the solid particles. So, during centrifugation this solid phase remains on the or retained on the sides of the basket and on the bottom side, while the liquid which is present in the suspension, that liquid remains on the top portion of centrifuge. So, as the amount of liquid or liquid gets collected on the top of the centrifuge, it is taken out through this tube, this special tube. This tube is called as skimming tube. So, with the help of this tube, the liquid which is separated out can be collected on the other side or removed from the centrifuge. Working of this non-perforated basket centrifuge, as we know that when suitable depth of solids has been, that means the suspension or slurry is introduced into the non-perforated basket centrifuge. It is rotated with the help of motor and the shaft. After rotation, what happens? Separation of particles takes place. Solids are separated due to, since solid is denser than liquid particles. So, it is separated on the bottom of the container and side walls of the container, and the liquid is on the top of the centrifuge, and from the top the liquid is collected out with the help of skimming tubes. So, in this way this centrifuge works. So, as soon as the solids which is collected after centrifugation, or the solids which is deposited on the walls of the basket, if the depth of solid is increased, if the depth of the solid is increased on the walls of the centrifuge, at that time the centrifugation process or operation is stopped and the solids are scraped out by hand or with the help of blade. The solids which is deposited can be collected out, or the cake can be removed. Uses of this non-perforated basket centrifuge: mainly it is useful when the deposited solids offer high resistance to the flow of liquid. So, if the presence of solid offers high resistance, in those cases this type of centrifuge, that is non-perforated basket centrifuge, can be used for separation of solids from the slurry, and both the solids and liquids can be separated out. Next apparatus is semi-continuous centrifuge. What happens? This semi-continuous centrifuge, it consists of a rotating basket. As you see in the diagram, this is the perforated basket blade. So, with the help of this motor that is attached on the side of this basket, with the help of shaft the motor is attached, and this basket is rotated. So, it consists of a rotating basket placed on a horizontal shaft. In previous cases, we have used vertical shaft. In this case, we are using horizontal shaft. Okay. So, the rotating basket is placed on a horizontal shaft. and again the side of the baskets are perforated as has been explained earlier. So, there is a perforation on the sides of the basket. Surrounding the basket, that means this outer casing, this is stationary casing. Okay. So, surrounding the basket is a stationary casing, that this stationary casing collects the filtrate, and after that the collected liquid or filtrate, it can be collected from the liquid outlet into the receiver. To wash the crystal, the wash pipe is introduced into this assembly. Okay. The layer of cake is removed, the cake which is deposited on the screen, on the walls of this perforated screen, the cake is deposited, and this cake is can be removed with the help of a blade. This blade is called as chute. With the help of this blade, the cake can be removed. Okay. So, the layer of cake is removed by this chute fitted with a knife. The knife cuts down the cake within this basket and within the basket, and it is removed, and the slurry is introduced, again the slurry is introduced from the center. At this point, slurry is introduced into this pipe, cake is cut from this portion, and from here through this outlet portion the solids are collected or cakes are collected through this outlet. So, in this way, this is the construction of simple construction of this semi continuous centrifuge. If you will see the diagram as it has been already explained previously, here perforated sides are there on the container. This is the motor, this is shaft, this is horizontal shaft. With the help of this shaft, this assembly rotates. Okay. This outer layer is a stationary casing in which the filtrate is collected, and from this outlet the filtrate or liquid outlet, from this liquid outlet the filtrate is collected into the can be collected into the receiver. There is a point for slurry inlet. Through this slurry is introduced into this chamber. From this assembly, here knife is fitted, this assembly is called as chute. From this assembly, the cake or solids outlets, through this outlet solids can be collected. This is a point for hydraulic, that means with the help of this hydraulic, this assembly can be introduced into this. This is assembly is called as wash assembly. Or after washing or removal of cake, this is taken out, slurry is introduced into this chamber, and centrifugal effect is provided and separation takes place. Working of this semi continuous centrifuge. What happens? Basket is rotated horizontally by the motor. Okay. So, the motor which is attached with shaft, horizontal shaft to this unit, this rotates the basket, and the basket is having perforations on the side walls. When the slurry enters through this slurry inlet, slurry entry inlet into this basket, and the basket is rotated at a high speed, or the centrifugal effect is applied over this. Due to this entry of slurry, or due to the centrifugal effect, the liquid which is present in this slurry is passes out through this stationary unit through this perforations, or from the perforated side the liquid comes out, and the crystals which are present in this slurry, that crystals remains on this sides of the perforations. Okay. So, as soon as the height of cake reaches what 2 to 3 inches, as soon as the height of cake reaches 2 to 3 inches, the entry of slurry is stopped by a filler diaphragm valve assembly. Which assembly? By using this filler diaphragm valve assembly, the entry of slurry is stopped. Okay. So, due to this process, the why this is stopped? Since the cake which is remains inside the basket or within the basket, the height of that cake is increased. So, the limit for that height is 2 to 3 inches. As soon as it reaches to this height, the entry of slurry is stopped, and the basket is rotated for a predetermined time. After that, hydraulic is applied. So, due to this application of hydraulic pressure, this blade chute assembly, or we can say that this knife chute assembly, it comes into this basket and scrapes out the cake which is deposited on the side or perforated side of the basket, and the cake is collected into this chute assembly, and it is taken out from this solid outlet portion. Since in this way this semi continuous centrifuge works. So, in this assembly, why it is called as semi continuous centrifuge? What happens in this case? We are entering the slurry into the assembly, and the basket is rotated with a certain speed till the height of cake is reached to 2 to 3 inches. As soon as the height of cake reaches to 2 to 3 inches, the slurry which entry is stopped, and further the apparatus is rotated for a certain period of time. Then the chute assembly is introduced. With the help of that assembly, filter cake is collected or solid particles is removed, and again the slurry is introduced. So, during this second introduction of slurry, at first we are introducing the slurry, checking the height, stopping the entry of slurry, clearing the solid particles, then again we are entering the slurry into the apparatus. That is why there is a gap between slurry entry from first slurry entry and second slurry entry. So, due to this reason it is called as semi continuous centrifuge. Means we are not entering the slurry continuously into the equipment for a certain period of time. Now, uses of this semi continuous centrifuge. In this case, crystals can be separated from the mother liquor. That means, this centrifuge is used for separation of crystals from mother liquor. Second application, liquids can be clarified by removing unwanted solids from solid dirt from oils. That means, for separation of oils or dirt particles or solid particles or unwanted particles from oils, this semi continuous centrifuge is can be used. Next centrifuge is super centrifuge. It is the construction of this super centrifuge is somewhat more simpler as compared to other centrifuge. This super centrifuge is an example of continuous centrifuge. These are used for separating two immiscible liquids. क्या है पहली चीज? It is a continuous centrifuge. Second one, it is used for separating two immiscible liquids. Principle behind the use of this super centrifuge is, it is a sedimentation principle is used. Principle of sedimentation is used for separation of solid and liquid, for separation of two liquids in this type of centrifuge. Second is, in this case the separation is based on difference in densities. So, one is sedimentation based, another one is basing on difference in densities, separation of particles can take place. Now, construction of super centrifuge. What is long hollow cylindrical bowl? As you see in the diagram, it consists of a long hollow cylindrical bowl, of which there is the diameter of bowl is small. It is suspended on from a flexible spindle. So, this is the flexible spindle which suspends this bowl or object into this centrifuge, and from the bottom also it is guided by a loose fit bushing. क्या है? Loose fit bushing और दूसरा एक flexible spindle. Okay. So, these are the two things by which this bowl is suspended, or this bowl is attached and hanged in the center of the centrifuge. This centrifuge is rotated on its longitudinal axis. There is a provision, if you see the diagram here at the bottom, there is a provision for entry of feed by using some pressure system. As soon as feed is entered from the bottom, the two liquids on the top, you see two outlets are provided for two different liquids. One is light phase and another one is heavy phase. With the after centrifugation, the liquids or recovery of separated liquids can be done by using this modified wires from the graph, from this outlets, as you see in the diagram. Working, the bowl is rotated at a speed of around 2000 rpm. Okay. Feed is introduced from the bottom. During centrifugation, what happens? Two liquids are separated out. So, this is the rotating bowl, Okay. From this bottom liquid feed is entered into it. This is air space as shown in the diagram, and the bowl is rotated at a speed of 2000 rpm. During centrifugation, what happens? Basing on the difference in densities of both the liquids, what? Basing on the difference in density of both the liquids gets separated. How? Heavier liquids are thrown towards the wall of the bowl, and lighter liquids remains at the middle. As you see in the diagram, this portion, these are the heavier liquids, that means liquids having high densities, they are thrown towards the wall of the bowl. On the center side, this side, lighter liquids are present. So, after as soon as centrifugation progresses, both these liquids get separated and moves in upward direction or raised to the top. Why it is moving in upward direction? Due to the conical shape of bowl, and from the bottom feed pressure is also there. So, due to this feed pressure and conical shape of bowl, the liquid moves in upward direction or raises towards the top of the bowl. From top of the bowl, these two liquids are separated out simultaneously and collected from this outlets, liquid outlets. On the top, this light phase liquid is collected. There is a provision for outlet of lighter liquid or light phase liquid, and the bottom is a provision for collection of heavy phase liquid. So, from these two outlets, the liquids are collected at the top of the centrifuge. Advantages of super centrifuge: it is a continuous process, as it has been explained earlier slide. It can be used to separate two immiscible liquids, and the process is also a rapid process. Okay. So, these are some advantages associated with this super centrifuge. Disadvantage: it is a costly equipment, high energy consumption is takes place during the operation, and it is difficult to clean and maintain the super centrifuge apparatus. These are the references, these are all about this super centrifuge. Thank you.